Hello everyone. In this video session, I'm going to discuss a very important topic, that is simple interest. In this video, I will be discussing different questions based upon simple interest along with their tricks, along with their formulas. So listen to this session till the end and you will learn this topic for sure. Before moving on to the session, I would like to discuss about the features of the book. All those who have still not bought Oxford NTA UGC-NET Set JRF Paper 1 Topic-wise Previous Year Solved Papers book, they must go for this book. Why I am saying this? Because as a UGC-NET aspirant, it is very important to practice previous year questions. Previous year questions play very important role. You come to know what are the latest trending topics that you will be asked in your NET exam. Then you also come to know what are the variety of questions being asked in the final exam. For example, multiple choice question, combination question, statement type of question, sequence type of question, assertion reason question. These all questions have been taken from the final exam and they have been explained beautifully in this book. So all the key terms, all the key words, important terms have been emphasized in the explanations of this book. Another very important feature of this book is that all the PYQs are set topic wise, which makes it very easier as an aspirant to revise your paper 1 content. So you should practice more and more previous year questions that builds up confidence in your personality. And in addition to that, you can also attempt 10 chapter-wise online tests and 3 mock tests for practice on Oxford Ariel app. All these tests are free and it will boost your confidence. You will come to know that within a given time period, how many questions you're able to correct and incorrect. And after attempting the test, you can also analyze your performance. So all those who have still not bought this book, you can go to the link that is given in the description box of this video and you can buy this book from Amazon or Flipkart. So let's start with the session. Let's understand what is simple interest first. So you should know as an aspirant that what is the term principal. Principal, the money which is borrowed or lent is called as principal. It's very easy. जो पैसा हम borrow करते हैं या हम lend करते हैं उसे क्या कहते हैं? प्रिंसिपल. इंटरेस्ट क्या होता है? नेक्स्ट टर्म क्या है? इंटरेस्ट. सो इंटरेस्ट क्या है? अब जब हमने किसी से पैसा जो है बोरो किया है तो हमें उसके बदले कुछ एक्स्ट्रा अमाउंट, कुछ एक्स्ट्रा मनी डेफिनेटली पे करना पड़ेगा टू द लेंडर. Right, so interest क्या है? The extra money which is paid by the borrower to the lender for the use of that money. And normally जो ये interest है, it is paid yearly or half yearly or quarterly. ठीक है, जो interest है, जो rate of interest है, that is given in the form of rate percentage. Normally it is given in the form of per annum, that is called as yearly. अब नेक्स्ट जो है, जब हमने प्रिंसिपल जो हमने बोरो किया था अमाउंट, जब हमने प्रिंसिपल प्लस उसके ऊपर जो टोटल इंटरेस्ट पे कर दिया तो उसके लिए जो एग्जैक्ट टर्म है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अमाउंट. सो दीज आर द बेसिक टर्म्स इन द अंडर द टॉपिक सिंपल इंटरेस्ट which you must be aware of. First is principal, that is easy. The money which is borrowed or lent is called as principal. Interest क्या है? The extra money which is paid by the borrower to the lender for the use of that money. Interest जो है, it is paid yearly, half yearly and quarterly. You have to remember this very important formula, that is amount is equal to principal plus total interest. Next, under the topic simple interest, there are very important formulas and these formulas are basic formulas which each one of you must know. Simple interest का एक basic formula है principal into rate of interest per annum into time upon 100. तो ये एक basic formula है which everyone should prepare. Then अगर हमें ये formula आता है, based upon this formula we can mold this formula. We can write it as like this. If you want to calculate principal, अगर आपने principal निकालना है तो हम इसी formula में changes लेकर आ सकते हैं and we can write it as principal is equal to simple interest into 100 upon rate of interest into t. What other variations can be? If you want to calculate rate of interest, all other things are given in the question, then formula is simple interest into 100 upon principal into time. Next, if you want to calculate time, then formula is simple interest into 100 upon principal into rate. I hope all these basic formulas are clear to you. अब जैसे जैसे हम previous year questions discuss करेंगे इस session में, we will be applying all these formulas only, and with the application of these formulas you will be able to attempt those previous year questions very nicely and in a correct manner. So let's start. So now let's practice previous year questions which I have taken from UGC-NET 2022 final exam. So the questions are not at all difficult. The basic formulas which we have discussed right now, they will be applied and you will be able to answer these questions correctly. So let's read the question over here carefully. A certain sum of money on a certain annual rate of interest becomes rupees 1008 in 2 years and rupees 1164 in 3 1/2 years. We can also call it as or write it as 3.5 years or 3.5 years. Next, find the sum and the annual rate of interest. On the final examination day, you have to read the question very attentively. Two things are very important. First of all, you should know the information which is given in the question, and second, what you are supposed to calculate. Because normally I have seen that students make these silly mistakes. They don't know what information is given in the question, they don't read the question carefully, or they don't know what they are finding out because they are not attentive. So if you are attentive, you will be able to correct it nicely. So let's go ahead. So according to information given in the question, I can write it as amount in 3.5 years is equal to this. Yes, it is given that a certain sum of money on a certain annual rate of interest, it becomes 1164 in this 3.5 years. So we can write it as amount in 3.5 years is equal to this and amount in 2 years is equal to this. So these 2 points are given in the question. I have picked from there. So based upon these 2 points, I can calculate simple interest for 1.5 years. How I am saying 1.5 years? ये जो gap है, ये जो difference है, 2 years के बाद 3.5 years की amount दी हुई है, तो simple interest जो है 1.5 years का क्या होगा? इन दोनों values का difference. I hope this is clear. Clear? So I repeat, simple interest for 1.5 years. ये जो difference है इन दोनों के बीच, that comes out to be rupees 156. इन दोनों values का जो difference है, basically वो क्या है? वो interest ही है. That is simple interest. Further, if simple interest for 1.5 years is this, by using the unitary method, I can write it like this. Simple interest for 1 year is equal to 156 divided by 1.5 into 1, it comes out to be rupees 104. So अभी तक मेरे माइंड को ये पता चल गया कि simple interest for 1 year कितना है? rupees 104. So I can write it like this. Simple interest for 2 years is equal to rupees 104 into 2. मैंने 2 years क्यों निकाला है? Because question में मुझे ये वाली जो value है in 2 years दी हुई है. So I have to use that information given in the question. Therefore, principal क्या है? It is equal to amount which is already given in the question over here, minus interest. अब ये जो amount है that is with respect to 2 years, and यहाँ पे जो interest है अभी हमने calculate किया है यहाँ पे simple interest for 2 years, that is rupees 208. Clear? So इसका जो difference है amount minus interest, ये हमारा basic formula है. We did the formula amount is equal to principal plus interest. So here I'm using that formula only. Principal is equal to amount minus interest. So ये minus करके हमारा क्या आया? 800. So that means जो हमारा sum of money है that is 800. So it comes over here. Now option number 2 and 3 they are deleted. So you have to figure it out कि अब जो annual rate of interest है that is 12% or 13%. Clear? So now we know what is simple interest. Simple interest is rupees 208. We know what is principal that we have just calculated, that is 800. Time is equal to 2 years from here. Using this formula, the basic formula which we learned previously, we can calculate rate. putting the values, simple interest 208 into 100 upon principal, we have just calculated over here 800 into 2. ये 2 कहाँ से आया है? Don't confuse yourself. I have taken it from here, from the question. तो इसे solve करके क्या आया है? 13%. So this is your answer. Fourth option is your answer. So these type of questions are not at all difficult. The calculations are not at all difficult. Only point is doing it nicely, reading the question attentively or not. So let's focus upon next question. So again, I will ask you to read the question attentively. The simple interest accrued on a sum of certain principal is given. So in this question, it is given. Simple interest, that is 1200 in 4 years. 4 years means time is given in the question at the rate of 8% per annum. What would be the simple interest accrued on thrice of that principal? You have to read it carefully at the rate of 6% per annum in 3 years. You can read the question again on your final day. So in this case, principal is equal to simple interest into 100 upon rate of interest into time. Why I am using this formula over here, and this is the basic formula, because if you read the first line, all the information is given. I have taken simple interest, that is 1200, it is given in the question over here, into 100 upon rate of interest, it is given in the first sentence of the question, that is 8% time. In 4 years it is given. So it is not at all difficult. I have just put down the values in the formula and I have calculated principal. So principal comes out to be rupees 3750, right? So now I have to focus upon what exactly I want to calculate from the question. It is asking what would be the simple interest accrued on thrice of that principal. So focus here. So what I will do is thrice of that principal is rupees 3750. I will multiply it with 3 and it comes out to be rupees 11250. So now I have to calculate what would be the simple interest. So simple interest, the basic formula I have written over here, principal into rate of interest into time upon 100. So principal, that is thrice, it is 11250 into rate of interest. It is given in the question, I've taken it from here, and 3 years time is also given in the question I've written over here. Divided by 100, it comes out to be rupees 2025. So again, this question is very simple and the calculations are not at all easy. The only point is, if you are reading the question over there attentively, you will be able to attempt it correctly. So let's understand the next question. So again, the strategy will be, let's read the question attentively and yes, you will be able to correct it nicely. So let's read it. The simple interest on a sum of money is 4/9 of the principal. What will be the annual rate of interest and time in years if both of these are numerically equal? So you have to read this question very carefully. What they have asked us, what we are supposed to calculate. हमें calculate क्या करना है? What will be the annual rate of interest R and time, that is T, if both of these are numerically equal? जो हमने कैलकुलेट करना है वो पढ़ के हमें ये पता चल गया है कि रेट परसेंटेज जो है इट इज़ इक्वल टू टाइम इन ईयर्स न्यूमेरिकली. मतलब वो जो न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यूज निकलेंगी दोज विल बी इक्वल. इवन इफ यू लुक इनटू द ऑप्शंस यू कैन सी 6%, 6 ईयर्स, 6.8%, 6.8 ईयर्स. पॉइंट क्या है? इसका मतलब क्या है कि ये जो न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू है, रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट एंड टाइम इन ईयर्स बोथ विल बी इक्वल. This is the question. So let's start. Let the principal be P and rate of interest be R percentage. So according to given information, अब ये चीज़ें दी हुई हैं क्वेश्चन में. Let rate, अगर हम rate को R percentage मान के चलते हैं तो इस क्वेश्चन में, I'm just talking about this question specifically, हमें टाइम को क्या मान के चलना है? R years, because it is given in the question that numerically these two are equal. So otherwise, you cannot write it like this. So it is given in the question that rate is equal to R percentage and T, that is time, is equal to R years. What else is given? Simple interest is equal to 4/9 into P. Yes, it was given in the question. Let's read over here. The simple interest on a sum of money is 4/9 of the principal. So I've written that like this. Simple interest is equal to 4 by 9 up into principal. So अब हमने again अपना basic formula लगाना है, that is simple interest is equal to principal into rate of interest into time upon 100. Simple interest, because it was given in the question, this thing 4 by 9 into P, I can write it over here. This is the formula part. Now coming over here, 4P upon 9 is equal to, with respect to time, I have to write it as R actually, as per the information given in the question. So here I will write R square. So I think till here it is okay. So when I'm going to solve this, ये P कट जाएंगे and 4 by 9 is equal to R square upon 100 रह जाएगा. So from here, let's see over here. R square is equal to 100 into 4 by 9. Therefore, R is equal to, हम इसका square root लेंगे, 100 into 4 by 9 का square root जब हम लेंगे, it comes out to be R is equal to 10 into 2 by 3. इसको हम लिख सकते हैं 20 by 3 percentage, or we can also write it as 6 2 by 3 percentage. I hope you are clear with this, because जब आप 3 into 6 is equal to 18, 18 plus 2 is equal to 20 upon 3. So you can write it like this. अब question में दिया था कि अगर R जो है that is 6 2 by 3 percentage, then जो time है that will be equal numerically. So it should be 6 2 by 3 years. So let's check out the options. It is here, fourth option is the answer to this question. I hope this question is clear. Again, आपने देखा कि क्वेश्चन, उसकी जो कैलकुलेशंस हैं वो डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. सो रिमेंबर दिस, डू नॉट पैनिक ऑन योर फाइनल डे. यस, यू कैन डू इट फॉर श्योर. Now next question. This question is also not at all tough. The only difference is when you read the question, that fear comes into your mind and you feel you won't be able to solve it. So let's solve it and gain that confidence that yes, I also have to do the same way on my final day. So let's read. A sum of rupees 16,800 is divided into two parts. So easy. कि ये एक sum है, it is divided into two parts, but ये ध्यान में रखना है कि nowhere it is written that it is divided into two equal parts. One part is lent at a simple rate of interest of 6% per annum. So easy. Out of this, it says one part is lent at a simple rate of interest of 6% per annum, and the other part, that means the second part, is lent at the simple rate of interest of 8% per annum. Till here, the question is very easy. Now, after 2 years, the total sum received is rupees 19,000. After 2 years, it is talking about the total sum receive हुआ है, that is 19,000. Find the sum lent at the rate of 6% and 8% respectively. So again, point is you have to read the question carefully. You have to find out what the information is given in the question, and you have to focus upon what has been asked to calculate. So let's start. This question is easy, but you should practice such questions. Let the sum lent at 6% per annum. अगर हम ये मान के चलें कि 6% per annum के ऊपर जो sum lent हुआ है that should be rupees x, then at 8% क्या होगा? Rupees 16,800 minus x. Obviously 16,800 total है, तो अगर एक पार्ट हमें x मान के चल रहे हैं, sum lent at 6% per annum x, then 16,800 minus x ही होगा दूसरा पार्ट. This is easy. Next, given in the question is simple interest in 2 years. How we can find out what is given in the question? Simple interest in 2 years. It is given that after 2 years total sum received is this. 2 years के बाद हमें ये मिलना है, ठीक है. अभी क्या सिचुएशन है, that is rupees 16,800. इन दोनों का जो डिफरेंस है, the difference between these two values gives us simple interest in 2 years. That comes out to be rupees 2,200. Clear? So now the basic formula. I will be using the basic formula only. By using the basic formula, we will be able to calculate this question. Simple interest is equal to principal into rate of interest into time upon 100. अब हमारे माइंड को ये पता है कि जो टोटल सम है that is this. Clear? अब जो simple interest है in 2 years, that is rupees 2200. So I have written that simple interest is equal to here. Clear? अब इसे हमने दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करना है. तो इन द फर्स्ट पार्ट आई विल राइट इट एज x प्रिंसिपल into rate of interest. First part का जो rate of interest है, that is, let's see over here in the question, 6%. Here also we have written 6%. I've taken it from here. 6% into 2. 2 is what? Time. That is 2 years. Clear? Divided by 100. अब second part जो है plus करेंगे. Second part क्या है? 16,800 minus x into rate of interest is, in this case, is 8%. I have taken it from the question into 2 years upon 100 is equal to simple interest. अभी हमने यहाँ पे calculate किया है. Now we have to just solve this equation. We can write this as 12x upon 100. We can write this as 16800 into 16. इस वैल्यू को हम मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं 16 के साथ, यहाँ पे लिख दिया. Then माइनस का साइन आएगा. You have to be very careful. We do such silly mistakes. 16x upon 100 is equal to 2200. So next. अब further यहाँ तक मैंने अभी कैलकुलेशन आपको करके दिखाई है. So from here I am going to solve this way. ठीक है, let's come over here. 12x from here, then when I will multiply 16,800 into 16, it will be this value minus 16x is equal to, we will write it like as 2,20,000. यहाँ पे हमने 100 जो है कॉमन निकाला और उस 100 को हम यहाँ इसके साथ मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे. इट कम्स आउट टू बी दिस. आई होप यहाँ तक इक्वेशन क्लियर है. नाउ वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू सॉल्व दिस इक्वेशन. क्लियर? So this value minus, we will take it this way, we can write it like this, is equal to 16x हम इधर ले आए, माइनस का साइन जो प्लस हो जाएगा, माइनस 12x हो जाएगा. So we can write it like this, 4x is equal to, subtraction of these two values is equal to 48,800. So x comes out to be 48,800 divided by 4, it comes out to be rupees 12,200. तो बेसिकली हमारा x क्या था? X is the sum of money which is lent at rate of interest of 6% per annum. So 12,200 is related to 6% per annum. It is here, right? So वहाँ पे फाइनल एग्जाम डे वाले दिन अगर आपकी वैल्यू यहाँ तक आ गई है and there is none other option indicating as 12,200, you can quickly correct your answer, mark your answer as option 1. But if you want to further, if there is some confusion, if two of the options are having the same value, then you can calculate it further. So 16,800 was the total sum of money given in the question. So that means the other part is equal to 16,800 minus 12,200. It comes out to be rupees 4,600. I hope you are clear with this. If you have any problem, you can always WhatsApp on this number which is given over here. WhatsApp your queries at 97500000491. I hope you understood all the questions related to the topic of simple interest, and I encourage each one of you who is having Oxford Paper 1 topic wise previous year solved papers book, do practice all the questions related to simple interest. They are given at one place in the book with answers and with their explanations in the same way, the way I have discussed in this video session. So if you have any further queries, you can WhatsApp me at this number, and I encourage each one of you to go for this book. The description of it is given in the description box. Thank you so much for watching this video.